How does Trehalose enable tardigrade survival? Imagine a tiny creature that can survive being frozen solid, boiled in heat, or even blasted by radiation. That's the tardigrade, also known as the water bear. These microscopic animals are famous for their extreme resilience. But how do they pull off such incredible feats? One secret ingredient in their survival kit is a simple sugar called trehalose. You might think of trehalose as just another sugar, but in tardigrades, it plays a very special role. Unlike other creatures that store large amounts of trehalose to protect themselves from drying out, tardigrades produce only tiny amounts. Yet, this small quantity is still vital for their survival. Trehalose teams up with unique tardigrade proteins called case proteins, which are highly flexible and can form glass-like structures inside cells when dried out. This partnership creates a protective environment that keeps cellular components stable during dehydration. When tardigrades dry out, their cells enter a vitrified state, which is like a biological glass. Trehalose helps form this glassy matrix, physically shielding proteins and membranes from damage. It acts like a stabilizing agent, preventing molecules from fusing or denaturing as water is lost. Normally, water molecules form hydrogen bonds with proteins and membranes to keep them stable. When water disappears during drying, trehalose can replace these water molecules by forming similar bonds. This helps maintain the structure and function of vital molecules even in the absence of water. Interestingly, scientists used to think that only large amounts of trehalose could do this job, but tardigrades challenge that idea. Their low trehalose levels are still crucial because without it, the protective effects of case proteins weaken significantly. This shows that trehalose is not just a passive sugar but an essential partner in their survival strategy. The way tardigrades use trehalose and proteins together is a quirky example of molecular teamwork. Instead of relying on vast stores of trehalose, they use a clever combination of sugars and proteins to withstand extreme dehydration. This unusual method could inspire new ways to preserve biological materials like vaccines or cells. Researchers have even transferred tardigrade case genes into bacteria and yeast, making them more resistant to drying. So, in the end, trehalose acts like a tiny but mighty sidekick, teaming up with special proteins to create a glassy shield that keeps tardigrades safe in conditions that would normally be lethal. It's a fascinating example of how weird biology can be and how even small molecules can make a big difference in survival.